Babes, I got myself an Epson EcoTank Printer and I'm literally obsessed.
Like, this is a lot of ink. That's crazy. Like, bye cartridges. Hello, ink bottles. Just wait. I'm gonna show you how freaking perfect the photo's gonna come out. Like the flyers and everything, because this is a game changer for small businesses and I'm gonna show you why. I thought that was really cool. My flyers look amazing. I have lots and lots of ink. It printed out my flyers super fast and I'm really excited to start handing these out. Epson came in clutch. I hope you guys are excited for this video just because I've been receiving a lot of emails and DMs of quite a few people asking me, how am I supposed to do business taxes? Like, what should I expect? Now, disclaimer, in no way am I certified to be giving you any accounting advice, any taxes advice. I'm just going to be sharing my experience and kind of recommending a few softwares you can use. Again, disclaimer, I am not a professional. But a lot of questions I get asked is, how do you keep track of your expenses? How do you organize them? Now, before I even knew about QuickBooks, this is not an ad, by the way, this is not sponsored, this is just like my experience using it. The way I would do it is on a monthly basis, like literally every day I would, like, as I keep going into this video, I'm going to be putting text right next to me about like different kinds of things that are deductible in a business, but this video is more for like people who have an LLC because I have an LLC and this is just how I do it. When you're an LLC, you can decide how you want to be taxed. So at first, I was being taxed as a sole proprietor. I got stuck paying the self-employment tax rate and I was recommended by my accountant that I should be taxed as an S corporation instead. And I was like, why? Because I would have spent a lot less in taxes if I would have just been taxed as an S corporation. Basically, I just had to put myself on payroll in order to not pay that self-employment tax rate. That's just something to know. A way to just organize your expenses in general is QuickBooks. I use the most simple plan that they have. I pay like about $10 a month for it. It's incredibly easy. Like, you guys have no idea. Like, I was struggling in the beginning, like how to do it, and QuickBooks honestly really did just save the day. Again, this is not an ad. This year I'm definitely going to be taxed as a S corporation. I just feel like it's a better option because you won't be paying the self-employment tax rate because you're going to be putting yourself on payroll. And to put yourself on payroll, I'm using PATRIOT, and that's only like, I think $5.99 a month, which again isn't bad at all. But obviously, if you are going to be doing business taxes, I suggest you talk with your accountant to verify, like, you know, that this is the best course for you. I don't really want to be stuck paying that self-employment tax rate, so I'd rather put myself on payroll. And basically what my accountant told me is that damn near all my expenses would be 100% deductible, because I was like sitting down and, like, you know, we were going over my taxes. A lot of expenses weren't able to be deductible and I was like, why not? Like I pay myself. It's like, okay, but are you on payroll? And I was like, no. And then she was like, you gotta put yourself on payroll, sis, because if you don't put yourself on payroll, not all your expenses are going to be deductible and you're gonna end up paying a lot more for taxes than expected. So, and that was so true, and I was like I really wish I would have known this before. So I just thought it would be a really good idea to include it in this video. So this is what you need to do. Get on QuickBooks, get on PATRIOT, put yourself on payroll if you want to be taxed as a S corporation. Again, I'm not a professional. Again, this is not an ad for either QuickBooks or PATRIOT. I wouldn't recommend letting your like transactions sink into QuickBooks and just leave it there for a month or like 2 months, like maybe like for the rest of the year. I want you to be able to go back and organize your transactions on a weekly basis, or maybe like 2 to 3 times every month. The reason why I say that is because the first time I did taxes ever, I just kind of like didn't really do anything about it. I was, you know me, I was young me. The young me was like, I'll get to it next month. And then I'd say it after every month, and then I organized all my transactions last minute. Like, I organized an entire year of transactions. I'm gonna forget what every transaction was about. So therefore, you should just organize your expenses on a weekly basis. That's what I do, or 2 to 3 times a month. Please do so, because then you're gonna regret it if you do everything last minute. So when you're putting yourself on payroll, you're literally just like paying yourself like an hourly salary, or you can do just, no, yeah, you can pay yourself an hourly wage or give yourself a monthly salary, which is easier for me, to be honest, because as a one-woman business, sales will go up and down. You know, I'm basically playing the role as the employer and employee. So pay yourself, give yourself a W-9, and then bam, that's how you do it. And here's the list of things that could be deductible. Like for example, if I get my nails done, that is 100% a deductible. I can put that under marketing just because every single time I take pictures of like me holding my product, like my nails, self-presentation. I am not gonna have no crusty nails like in my product pictures. I'm not gonna have it in my videos because self-presentation is everything. So typically I could just put it down as a self-presentation category or a marketing category. I just put it down as a marketing expense. Another really important thing is that food, like any money you spend on food like KFC, In-N-Out, always categorize it as meals with clients, because if you just buy it, like if you just say like, oh no, yeah, it was just for me, it won't be deductible. It won't be deductible. It will not, sadly. And I was like, what? Really? I can't deduct that? Like, it'll only be deductible if you have it with clients, which most of the time I will have lunch with my clients. But sometimes what if I want to go out with my boyfriend and me and my boyfriend want to go halvesies? My boyfriend's a business owner, so in my head I'll just like tell myself like, you know, oh like yeah, we're just having a little business meeting. Deductible. So always just say that like your meals are with clients, not just for yourself, otherwise it won't be deductible. So if you ever pay cash, save the receipt, because if you don't, that's just more money that's going down the drain if you really think about it, because you won't be able to like report that and like make more money back, if that makes sense. I don't know if that even makes sense. I don't know if I'm wrong. I don't even know if I'm right, but this is basically just off of my experience. Please save your receipts if you are paying your things with cash, like stored away somewhere. I would definitely say if you're a young entrepreneur, like I started this business when I was 17, you know, like I'm 20 right now, and it's just kind of, I really would have wished I've learned what I've learned sooner. And when I tell you, please be responsible with your money, be smarter with the opportunities that other people are presenting to you, because you never know if someone's really just trying to scam you. You never know if like you're gonna say like, oh, I'm gonna treat myself, I'm gonna splurge. Take a second thought, like take another second to really think like, is this gonna benefit me in the future? Get yourself a house, like save for your future. That is what is important, because the more you save now, the more it will benefit you in the future. And that's honestly what I wish for a lot of you. Like don't be dumb like I was. Like when business starts going really good for you, you tend to forget that like, okay, whoa, this is a really big blessing. I need to take advantage of the money that I'm making now and pretend and like just store it away and pretend like I never made that money, because saving money is a huge deal. But anyways, I'm getting kind of sidetracked. I recommend you keep a folder, like a designated folder for all of your receipts, a folder for all your forms. At the beginning of the year, you'll start receiving all of your forms, so you need to store those forms safely in the folder. Another thing you can do so you don't have to spend all the money at once is request vouchers from your accountant, for this year's taxes, so you can start paying taxes quarterly. So there's like a designated amount that your accountant will give you. For example, you can pay $1,500, $1,500, kind of like putting like a little down payment and putting that money aside, so that way when your taxes come, you won't have to pay your taxes all at once. So for example, if I'm paying $1,500 on a quarterly basis, that's putting like a down payment for your taxes. So then, for example, tax day comes, all the money that I have left to pay would be like $300. I already know that you guys are gonna ask me this question, so I'm just gonna answer it right now. Is, do I go to an accountant or do I TurboTax? I paid the 2021 taxes with an accountant. Like I went to her office, we sat down and we talked, just because I kind of felt more assured and like more secure talking to a professional, like person to person, woman to woman, you know, just asking her my questions. And she recommended like all these things to me, and she told me that being taxed as an S corporation would be best for me, and she was definitely right. Another very important thing is I really recommend you guys have an at-home printer. I just got myself a new one. I mean, not to brag or anything, but I got myself an Epson EcoTank printer. Honestly, like the best thing ever. Seriously, the best thing ever. Like let me show you guys. So they released ink bottles, and I thought it was really cool because this is a ridiculous amount of ink. It really is. So then all you have to do is just like pop it upside down, like it'll fill up the little ink tanks for you. Yeah, that's a lot of ink. I know y'all remember getting the ink cartridges and like you'd be popping it out, like that little square. Think of how much ink is in that little square compared to this. I'll leave the link down below for the printer, but the reason why I say it is super important to have like a printer, especially the Epson EcoTank printers, is just because in order to keep track of your expenses and like, you know, like if you want to keep track of your bank statements, your transactions, any sort of invoices that you need printed, store those. Like you need to keep track track of this stuff. Like, especially when it comes down to the end of the year, you need to be keeping all of these files on hand. So like if you do decide to go to an account, you will have those with you. Believe me, you will need those with you. So yeah, that's just kind of like a quick little insight of what it's like doing your taxes as a small business. I've included a little list of tips, advice for you. I'll include the link to my new printer because I honestly really love it. I will have a lot of ink like when I do my taxes. Like, it'll last me a long time. Y'all, I'm telling you, it's an absolute game changer for my small business. If you're still looking for a printer, I highly suggest that one. Yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, chicas.